what can I say? God made me great. I've been sleeping on myself, now it's time to wake. He put a table in front of me, so it's time to pray. I'm in the woke mood, trying to make moves, get a breakthrough. Folks do what they don't do, you better stay true. Go cool, Super Saiyan blue, crush your goals, put that vision in the motion, staying focused is the clue.
What's going on, ladies and gentlemen? You are locked in to the Doing a Major podcast. This is episode 2 of season 1, where we are interviewing great artists, songwriters, entertainers, music producers. We're chilling in the studio B of the Dim House with the reigning Soca Monarch champion, the man himself, the one that got the energy, the one that will make you do 50 push-ups on the spot and beat you with a whip if you can't comply. The man that has a plan, the man that has a vision, the visionary. Oh, you got your name on your shirt, the Viggy, dude. What's going on, man?
I'm good, man. That introduction was amazing. How you doing?
I'm good, bro. Man, thanks for hopping on the podcast. Thanks for being here. I did not recognize that your name was on your shirt.
Definitely, man. You got to stay branded. Everything has to be branded.
I respect that. What's that little piece down there to the bottom?
So that is actually, wrong side. So that is existing since 2019.
Dope.
Yeah,
that's dope, man.
Yeah, that's how long I've been on my journey as a solo artist, because I've been in music way before that. But
yeah,
that's how long Viggy, the brand, has been established.
Right. That's cool.
Yeah.
That's cool. So, as you know, man, the first episode from the Doing a Major podcast, the episode with Neon Locke and myself, was a great episode. We've been having a lot of positive feedback with it. So I'm minding my business, and I think it was Saturday, I just got a message on IG, self-made gainer. I'm just like, what? Hey, how you doing? I honestly, bro, I thought you were Hilroy at first.
Yeah.
I just peeped your profile picture, and I was just like, that probably Hilroy.
Yeah.
And he was kind of in my mind too, because I think he had commented or whatever. So shout out to Hilroy, by the way, man.
Yeah, shout out Hilroy.
Swell guy. But anyways, you hit me up and you're just like, man, how you doing? I'm good. I know you guys have a podcast studio, but blah, blah, blah. We set a time, we set a date. We met Sunday afternoon.
Yeah, that's what it was.
And you pull up at the spot. I've never seen you before, bro.
Yeah.
I've never seen you before. Like I told you, I just saw your stuff on IG like a few months ago, maybe even sometime last year or something like that. So I thought that you was this young dude that just came back from the UK that was trying to do your thing here in Anguilla. So I was just like, oh, cool, another young man is doing his thing.
For sure.
But I've never really seen you before. But when you pulled up and we started to talk, it was just vibes. It was just cool. It was just natural
energy.
It was just energy. You know what I'm saying? Like,
no pun intended.
Yeah. It was like, you know, we spoke for a while, and shout out to Leaford who also pulled up, and we had a great time just talking. And then when you said that you were an artist, I was just like, well, look at God.
Yeah.
Because I was thinking, who will my next artist be? You know, and bam, you just showed up. So you're on the podcast, man, and I'm grateful. And I want you to talk to me, walk me through your musical journey, beginning with the inspiration for your name, Viggy. How did that come about?
Viggy was kind of established way before music, where it's a funny story. I'm glad to even get into this, because it's a name that much people know me for, but most people don't know where it came from.
Yeah.
So while we was in primary school, shout out my day one friends at primary school. We was trying to come up with nicknames. All of us had long names, and we were trying to come up with nicknames, and we were just trying to find names. So we said, okay, let's use the first 3 letters of our name and cut off those letters, and then double that.
Yeah.
So we had people, and it has people that had the name to this day.
Yeah.
And it has people that dropped off the name. So shout out Ronnie, that's my best friend. Shout out Ronnie. So we did Ronnie, Kishi, Viggy. So a set of us just decided, we're gonna just double up the first couple letters of the first syllables, and we're gonna just have it as our nickname. And Viggy stuck with me. Some of the other names stuck with some other people. As I said, Ronnie, his name stuck, but that's how it came about.
That's dope.
Yeah.
How'd you get started with music, man?
So actually, funny story again. A lot of things that people think are practical isn't practical with me.
Yeah.
Right. So a lot of people.
A lot of things that are practical is not practical with Viggy.
Nah, it's a lot of things.
Bet,
a lot
I
of
like
things.
that.
Yeah, a lot of things happen. Really and truly through coincidence. I wouldn't even say coincidence. I don't believe in luck. I believe in God and destiny. So
Talk
a lot
that
of things.
talk.
Yeah, a lot of things happen through destiny and things just happening. So
Yeah.
I was always, I think, in talking about it now, we're kind of bringing light to something. I always think that I was born to be a star. Where I needed to be in the limelight of everything.
Yeah.
So when I was younger, they got me to go into a pageant, Prince or Princess show.
Yeah.
Right. I went into this show and they didn't know nothing about pageantry. They didn't know nothing about being on a show, but something about being on stage.
Yeah.
It was just liberating and free. Most people freeze up, but that's where I'm the most freest
Right.
person when I'm on
Right.
stage.
Right.
Right. And when the Prince and Princess show, I didn't get a place or nothing like that, but it was so liberating and so free. I said, I got to do this again.
Yeah.
So the next day I signed up.
Yeah.
I signed up and they let me back in the show.
Yeah.
So when I signed up again in grade 5, I went in, do the show again. We placed this time. We came second runner-up. I signed up again.
Yeah.
Because when I go on the show, I love stages. Signed up in grade 6, them say, okay, no, give somebody else a chance.
Right.
I said, cool. I want a stage. That's when I went in the junior calypso. So I went in the
Gotcha.
junior calypso as Mighty Viggy. And when I went in the
Wow.
junior calypso as Mighty Viggy, because Viggy is my real name.
Yeah.
So I went in the junior calypso as Mighty Viggy, and I did junior calypso for about 4 to 5 years. Also was crowned the junior calypso king of 2012.
Yeah.
And yeah, that's really and truly how I got into music. I didn't get into music because my father played an instrument. I always loved music. I got into music because I loved the stage.
Right.
I love to be in the limelight, and that's how I got into music.
So it was like sheer passion,
Yeah.
sheer drive.
Exactly. So
Yeah.
it's like, okay, I just needed to just be a part, or not even be a part, but I needed to be in front of a big audience.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and I feel like even to this day that my goal, like I said, I just set big goals.
Yeah.
So I need to be in front of a big audience. So it's just like, okay, let's put myself out there.
Right. So you have a song called Energy, and that would be the song that won you Soca Monarch King.
Yep.
Did I say it right? Soca Monarch
Soca
King.
Monarch King, yes.
How did the inspiration come about? Because to me, it's a high energy song. The people love it. Where'd you get the inspiration from? Like, tell us the background of that song, Energy.
Okay. So yeah, Energy actually was written by my writer, big up Daryl Jove. And I met Daryl.
Is he a local?
No, he's from Trinidad.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so I met Daryl on Instagram. Same drive, same hunger, just reaching out to
Yeah.
people. Just after COVID, just wanted to do more,
Right.
wanted to actually bridge the gap. And I decided, like, I just came off an interview with this young lady from England called Ruth Amore, and I somebody follow me. I went on her page, see writer. I said, okay, cool. I want to expand my reach. I want to work with different people.
Yeah.
Let's hit him up.
Yeah.
Hit him up, see what he was about. And then Daryl got into my team. Long story short, fast forward to this year. The song was actually, I don't think the song came up from Daryl. I think this was a song that me and another writer called Fisher was working on, and I kind of came up with a skeleton and said, hey, I want a song like this.
Yeah.
See what you can work on with, see what you can work on it, see what you can do for it.
Yeah.
Let's fix it up together.
Yeah.
She gave me back something, I didn't really feel it like that. It was a cool song, but it wasn't that. So I say, normally when I want that, I just sprinkle it over the Daryl, and Daryl will give me that.
Oh, I got you. Put the
So,
he
yeah,
put the sauce on
he
it.
put a little pizzazz on it. So then I hit up Daryl. I said, Daryl, like, I need you to just tweak this a little bit. It's a cool
Yeah.
song. It has the elements. It's a very dope song, but I feel that it can be international. It can be great. It can have that stance. Send it to Daryl. A couple weeks later, Daryl sent me back and said, this is it.
Gotcha.
So I have never felt like I've been doing music by myself since 2019. That's about 5 years now. Actually, yes, this year is forgot that this year was my 5th year being a solo artist, 5th year with the Viggy brand.
Yeah.
And like, I've never had a song that I've believed in or sang that confidently besides my first song, besides this song. This song was a song that I felt I resonated with a lot.
Wow.
And you could hear it within the track. You could hear that I
Right.
felt this song.
Right.
Yeah, so it was deep.
That's dope.
Yeah.
That's dope. What about the music? Like who were your producers behind it?
So this one was produced by funny story as well. This was produced by dude named Kendall Simpson out of the Belize. And he reached out to me like hey, and I funny. I skeptical, but I still risky at the same point in time.
Yeah.
So he reached out to me, he be like, hey, I a producer, I want to try out these songs. I was like, okay, cool. A little sketch, but let me do this thing.
Right.
So I went and I just talked to him, found out what beats, went through the catalog of beats, and one was just hitting, like this was just hitting. They be like, but this got live drums, this got like this just feel like a song that
like this is it.
Yeah, that's what I said. To be honest, when I heard it, I was like, this feel like a song that is going to be the song.
Right.
And I hit him up and say, hey, I want this one. And first time working with him, and yeah, we came home with Soca King, to be honest. So I know he feels proud, and that's a relationship that I don't think would ever bond, because his artistry is very dope.
That's good. That's cool, man.
Yeah, man.
That's super dope. So, you know, when it comes to doing a major, which I think that you being able to win Soca King, that's not something to take lightly. You know,
For sure.
I know you probably practiced, rehearsed. You had a trailer, like a video back in it, you know, where you're in a lab coat. You know, all of that stuff was intentional.
For sure.
And I think that's dope. That's doing it major, in my opinion.
Definitely. I appreciate that, man.
So how do you feel about music right now at this point in your life? Where is Viggy in terms of music and his purpose? Do you feel like the path of music is a path that you will continue to walk? And do you feel like music will be that platform for you to like touch and change lives in regards to purpose? Like what does purpose look like for Viggy?
Yeah, I feel, as I said, like and going back to the start thing, like I feel like I always, like God needed me to be able to touch a lot of people.
Yeah.
And I feel with music as it regards to my purpose, I'm feeling understanding it now. I feel at first I was doing it for the wrong reasons, where I just wanted the limelight. I didn't understand what I was doing to people. You know, like I have people walk up to me on a daily basis and say, hey, this song just, like your energy just, like you just amazing. You don't need to be here. You need to go out. And for me, it's like, when I take a step back, I feel like that is what it means.
Right.
Like the amount of the accolades and the awards and winning Soca Monarch and those kind of things are okay. But I feel like touching that one soul time and time and time again
100%.
is what really means the world to me. And I feel like that's what I'm seeing now. I'm seeing the impact that I'm having on people, the one person.
Right.
And I'm seeing that multiply by 10
Right.
over and over and over again. So I feel like that's what purpose means to me in music. And it's just leaving that stain, like just knowing that somebody could watch me, somebody could watch my journey, watch my drive, not only listen to my music, but watch my journey, watch my drive, hear me speak and be inspired and say, hey, I want to be that.
Yeah.
You know, so I feel like that's why I'm doing it for now. That's why I'm stepping in the direction I'm stepping, just to show people like, hey, it's possible for you too.
Right. So I like what you said, and I'm interested in the transition that happened and the mental cobwebs that you needed to clear up, coming from beginning in music, you know, and the transition from doing it with the wrong reasons and making that transition, understanding that, hey, I have a platform that could actually impact lives. Like, what happened that caused that switch? You know, what did someone say something? Did you hear something? Was it your journey, you know, spiritual awareness, awakening? What happened during that period that caused you to make that transition and that switch?
I feel like it's all of the above. Like, to be honest, I feel like it ties in when I feel like when somebody comes just comes out of the blue and say, hey, you know that I was thinking about so and so, I thinking about Soca Mola performance, and I just feel like you just give me goosebumps and your passion, your drive, and I can see that you're hungry.
Yeah.
And that itself is a spiritual awakening. That itself is God. Like that itself is showing you that, hey, you know, you're deeper than this.
Right.
You know, I can away in you know, sitting down having conversations with people that in your peer group that might want to do the same thing that you want to do, and after the conversations, I'm actually get up and do it. And you're just showing people like actually practical to do what they want to do.
Right.
And not only people that want to be in the same field as you doing what they want to do, but actually the people that consuming your stuff. I have people that come to me and tell me like, I can listen to your songs on a bad day and feel good.
That's dope.
I think like you don't want anything better than that.
Yeah.
Like, it don't have to be tens of the thousands. If that one person could text me and tell me that my music make them have a better day, like I feel like my job is done.
Right.
So I feel like that's what put me into perspective to understand how much of an influence I have on people's lives, and then just being in the more intimate, close settings and people really and truly connecting with your soul when you're expressing your art.
That
I feel
one-on-one.
like that is what allowed me to understand the influence and the impact that I have on people.
Yeah. So technically, like just seeing people and meeting people where they are.
Definitely.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
Definitely.
that's dope, man. I like that because I feel like a lot of artists forget that they have a platform to touch and change lives.
Definitely.
You know, of recent, and I hope nobody put me on blast for this, but of recent, Lil Baby has kind of been a favorite of mine. You know, besides his swag, besides the way he talks, you could listen to his music, and he kind of gives game a little bit.
For sure.
You know,
sure.
so yes, it's secular hip hop. Yes, it's hip hop as in the secular arena, but at the same time, he understands that he has a platform to touch and change lives.
For sure.
You know,
for
and
sure.
he's speaking to the guys of where he came from, giving them game to say like, hey, if you play your cards right, you could get out of the trap. You can make a difference.
For sure.
And then of course you got Christian hip hop, which is just taking off right now. It's super dope.
Definitely.
It's not like how it used to be back in the 2000s. You know, it's really, really good. And you just got guys that are using this medium to really touch and change lives.
For sure.
And for me, like I kind of struggle at a point in time where it's like, okay, how do I be a pastor, but I still have this gift, this ability to rap and write poetry and write songs and make beats and all that type of stuff. I love what I do, but one side is telling me I can't do what I do.
Definitely.
So I feel like it's a part of my purpose.
Definitely.
Preaching is also a part of my purpose, and I want to marry the two. So, and I had to come to the realization, like, hey, I could do the two.
As you said, meet people where they are.
Yeah.
Meet people where they are.
And like I told you, like, man, Vern Kanas has opened so many doors that Pastor Denroy Gums never could.
Definitely.
You know, so I'm definitely grateful for that. Was there ever a time where you just wanted to like give up? Like, did it ever come?
Always. Always.
Talk about that, because like you felt like giving up, but you just kept going. Like, what did that look like?
Always. Like I always feel like giving up. I felt like giving up this year. To be honest, I didn't even want to go into Soca Mola.
Yeah.
And as I say, like I'm very spiritual. Like I'm very in tune with God, and I take everything as signs. Like nothing is luck for me, nothing is chance.
Yeah.
Nothing is a bad thing happening.
Right.
I take everything as signs. I was planning on calling it quits.
Yeah.
To those who don't know, some people in a circle will. But I was planning on calling it quits. And big shout out to Vern Kanas one time.
Yeah. Shout out to Ivan.
Chairman of the festivals and stuff like that. So yeah, like he reached out to me. He was like, what you doing so and so.
Yeah, that's only like
I was like, I know I gotta check.
Yeah.
But he was like, okay, so we got a cultural exchange out. You're gonna be available? I was like, well, in my head I said, well, if I ain't available, I can make myself available because this is a dream come true. You know, because I feel like I've always had that. I just needed that. So I always had the talent. I just needed the opportunity.
Right.
And I feel like I've listened to countless interviews or countless people that successful talk about the fact that when preparation meets opportunity, that's when miracles happen. Now, you got to be prepared for the opportunity.
Hold on, bro. You just can't drop that and then just. So when preparation meets opportunity,
that's the miracle you've been wishing for.
That's the miracle that you've been.
That's the miracle you've been wishing for. That's when miracles happen.
Preparation meets opportunity.
That's when miracles happen.
So opportunity ain't coming if you're not prepared.
Definitely, it could come, but then at the end of the day, what you're gonna say is that, oh, I bad lucky. I ain't this, I ain't
gonna
that.
Miss it.
It's like he gonna put it in front. God gonna put the blessings there for you, but you gotta be prepared. You gotta walk in closed doors. So at the end of the day, when the opportunity come, you're ready.
Right.
You know. So and like Ivan called me and it was like, hey, bro, I need this, I need that. I was like, okay, here's my professional headshots. Here's my bio.
Yeah.
Here's my passport. Like,
you had all of that lined up. You had all of that ready.
I've been waiting.
That's dope.
So it's like, yeah, I've been waiting. I've been curating. I've been checking other people that's doing what they're doing, and I've been ready.
Yeah.
So when he called me, I was like, okay, you can go next week. Okay, no problem. Cool, let's go. Book the flight. If you book it tomorrow, I'm ready.
Right.
You know. So that happened, and at that point in my career was a pivotal point because if I wasn't seeing any way out, and then. While in preparation to go, one of the fellow members that was going on top of the trip as well, shout out Roxy.
Right.
She nudged me. She was like, Viggy, it's a 50. I don't even care what your excuse is. You have to come back because your fans waiting on you. I was like, okay.
Nice. So you had that external motivation.
Yeah.
People that believed in you.
Yeah. She was like, you owe it to your fans above all else to come back.
Right.
And for the whole of summer, like truthfully, that's what I had in my head. Like, regardless of what happened, what transpired, I had to do this because I owed it to the people that wanted me to show up over the years that I never showed up for. You know, so it was deeper. And it's I feel like to this day it's always deeper than me. And I feel like that's what draws me back. I love music. I love music to die. I feel like one of the most liberating or freest times of my life is when I'm singing a song.
Yeah.
But I feel like now I'm starting to understand impact. I'm starting to understand like how much people is counting on me to show up to bring music. How much people is counting on me to show up to perform. How much people is counting on me to show up to bring a good vibe.
Right.
And how impactful my performances is. So even though right now we ain't filling out stadiums, but we filling out rooms.
Right.
You know, we filling out rooms and we got the rooms actually participating in what we're doing. So at the end of the day, count your blessings. Like, stop over-analyzing the things that you are trying to achieve and just look at it from a practical standpoint. So that was a kind of wake-up call for me. And I kind of understand, like, hey, yeah, bro, you can't give up on this.
Right.
Like, even if you want to slow down, you could slow down, but you can't give up on this because this ain't you no more.
Right.
This ain't you. This is all of we. You know, this is all of we. So if you give up on this,
that's dope.
You don't giving up on this. You giving up on all
everybody.
Of we. So it's deeper than me right now. I can't do it.
That's awesome, man. That's awesome, man. That I think that's gonna free somebody. Somebody gonna get delivered with what you just said because people don't understand how intentional you have to be with your purpose.
For sure.
And how prepared you have to be when you talk about purpose and trying to fulfill purpose and do something with your life, with your gift, with your talent.
For sure.
I love the fact that you had every single thing waiting because you was prepared.
For sure.
So when Ivan asked, you were just like boom, 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 boom,
Definitely.
one time. Bro, I know artists that don't even have a logo.
For sure.
I know artists that don't even have professional photos for a flyer.
Our Instagram page.
You know what I'm saying? Like, I know artists out there that are not doing these things in preparation for the opportunity.
Yep. And in pause on top of that, I've never had a manager.
That's dope.
I've never had a manager. I've had people that I respect and have give me advice and have been like a big brother to me in the music industry.
Right.
But I'd never had somebody that signed on a dotted line to say, hey, this is Viggy's manager.
Yeah.
Me.
That's dope, man. You driven, man.
Me and my team, my core team. But at the end of the day, everything that I ever wanted to do with my brand personally as Viggy, me.
Man, that's major.
That was never somebody telling me, yeah, you need to do this. No, it was, okay, how do I go out and ask the questions? Right. How do I do this? Yo, I realized like I ain't getting this done. how can I do this to make it better?
Mm-hmm.
And you would give me advice based on that, and we go from there. But it was never like, you need to do this because this is, no.
Right.
How do we do this?
Right.
I need to get this done because I need to be better. How do I do this to be better?
Yeah. That's major. That's the only thing I can say. You know what I'm saying? That's major.
I appreciate that, man.
Because you, when I hear you talking, I'm listening to your story and your journey. It's like you want this. You know, a lot of people, they say that they want this, but then they sit down.
Listen, I can't remember exactly who it was. I think it was Eric Thomas.
Yeah.
I think he said, if you don't want change as bad as you want to breathe, you'll never get change.
Right.
You have to want change more as bad as you want to breathe. As much as you love air, you gotta want that change.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And I feel like a lot of people just don't want their goals enough.
Yeah.
And I feel like they're not hungry. Like at this point in my life, I ain't hungry, I'm starving.
Yeah.
My belly is touching my back. I feel like anything that I put my mind to, I have to do it.
Come on.
You know, funny story even about Soca Monarch this year. When I went into Soca Monarch, enrolled into Soca Monarch, I started a group chat. You could ask the people, my core team, reach out to anybody in my core team, and you could ask them. I started a group chat. The name of the group chat was Viggy Soca Monarch King 2025. It wasn't me, and that wasn't me being cocky or saying that it was rigged. I just manifested that. I know that I'm not settling for anything less. And if I at the end of the day, what I always told my team is, I'm not trying to say that this is the result that we need to get us. We vex and we ain't coming back. And it wasn't that. It was just like, hey, I want to leave a mark that even if the judges' results said that Viggy lose, Viggy ain't lose to the people.
Right.
Because at the end of the day, this, as I said again, is for the people.
Yeah.
So I want to make sure, leave that imprint on the people to say, hey, that young man there named Viggy, I don't know what I want to do with him, but he is amazing. Like I wanted that stance. I wanted the stance to impact people in that way.
Right.
To leave that stance on people to say, hey, he did amazing. Judges' results aside, he did absolutely amazing.
Right.
And that's what I set out to do. So any idea that was brought to me by my team that wasn't extraordinarily over the top, it was shut out. Yeah. It wasn't just we walking up there just doing this because it's okay and it's easy and it's no. It hard, we gonna get it done. Right. It hard, we gonna find a way. Right. Because hard is only a fragment of your imagination of you thinking that things are not possible. Think about solutions, don't think about the way it's hard. Right. So
it's only hard until you get it done.
And it's only hard until you start. You have to start. Like I feel like most people don't start. Like this is 5 years I've been doing this and I don't even feel like 5. I feel like a year ago. I can remember the day I started. Yeah. I can remember the day shout out Park. I can remember the day when I went to Park and asked him what's BMI. What's Chun Ko. You know, I can't wait. Now at the end of the day, I either take up my phone and go on YouTube to research things on a daily basis about the algorithm or Instagram and them kind of things because I want it. Right. Because I trying to understand what the tricks and the hacks that people out there using every day that I don't understand. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, I want it.
That's dope, man. You well on your way to our next segment because I was going to talk to you about how intentional, I was going to ask you rather, how intentional have you been in regards to, you know, pursuing your brand, developing your brand, pursuing purpose. Like, and you just mentioned that, like you would go on YouTube, you would do your research and just be intentional about understanding the process.
Definitely. As we just talked about earlier, like change doesn't come unless you want change as bad as you want air. And I feel like I ain't waiting on I accept everybody's help. Yeah. I accept everybody's advice, but I ain't waiting on that person to come and tell me what I need to do. Right. You know, I can way like I'm gonna figure it out. Yeah. If you help me on the way, then I appreciate you and I humbly respect that you're giving me that help. For example, if tonight, if I have a problem that I need solving, if I go home tonight, I can't sleep until it's solved. Yeah. Like I can't go to sleep until it's solved up until 2 o'clock because I just have to get it figured out. Right. That's how it is with me. Like I sometimes I believe like at the end of the day you have to be that hungry, and sometimes I believe like we be kind of laughing in God's face because like God give us that problem to be solved. Like
Right.
you could be the next person that creates a light bulb. You could be the next Elon Musk. Like
Right.
you could be the next this guy. God is giving you that wisdom to go
Yep.
ahead and figure
Yep.
it out, but you choosing to sit back on it because of what?
Yeah.
You won't feel like it today? No.
Yeah. And a lot of people don't understand that because we pray for blessings, we pray for money, we pray God bless me with $1,000, bless me with $1 million.
But it's supposed to fall on our store.
Yeah, we think that it's just gonna fall right in front of us, you know. But what God does is He gives you ideas.
Definitely.
He gives you talents.
Definitely.
You know what I'm saying? And it's your choice to be intentional about growing and developing that idea, pursuing that idea.
Definitely.
It's up to you to be intentional about using your gifts and your talents.
Definitely.
Bro, in 2019, I had moved back to Anguilla in 2016 from Tortola. In 2019, I started to design T-shirts, and I was printing T-shirts. I was selling T-shirts. I also had released my first book, A Church That Works. It was published January 31st, 2019. I did that. I had dropped on my third studio album the year before, 2018, right? And I think my son was born in 2019. So 2019 to me was like a doing a major year for me.
Definitely.
And when I had my book launch, bro, I had like all the stuff that I had accomplished and done on the table. And word got back to me that someone said I was moving too fast. You know, I was moving too fast. And people, I tell my wife this all the time, like I got all these talents and I don't even know what to do with them.
For sure.
You know, bro, I finna go take up a turntable and about to be a DJ.
For sure.
Like I really want to do that. I want to crush that paradigm where people think that when you come to Christ or when you live a different lifestyle, one that is positive, one that uplifts the biblical values and stuff like that, like your life is over.
For sure.
You know, like you can be a Christian DJ, you can be a Christian model. You know, and it's not to me to say you can be a Christian. This is even segregation.
Definitely.
Because there's no Christian doctors, man. You go to the hospital, you gonna ask yourself for a Christian doctor. Come over to this room. All the doctors that tends to Christians. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It doesn't exist, bro.
Yeah.
So over time, Christendom has created this paradigm, and I feel like God has put a mandate on my life to break that here in Anguilla.
Gotcha.
You know what I'm saying? Whenever the church has to do something like a party or even outreach, we got to bring out our little JBL speaker, you know, or some kind of bootleg speaker system while the world has DJs. It ain't one DJ showing up to the party, bro. I've been seeing them flyers. DJ Sparta, DJ Bliss, DJ Sweetness, DJ Q, and all of them playing the same night. Like what? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I feel like people think that God is just going to do something and just show up with $1 million. Knock, knock, knock. Here's your answer to prayer. Here's $1 million you've been praying for. No, it ain't going to happen like that. He is giving you ideas. And a lot of people in church, they come to church, they scream, shout, and hallelujah, and sing songs. They go back home, and they sitting on $1 million ideas, bro.
No work.
But the problem is that we don't understand this, and we don't believe. We don't believe. We don't believe, bro.
Yep.
And you had to believe in yourself to accomplish the things that you accomplish.
For sure. And I feel like too, like one of the things that it's a blessing and a curse where I'm never really satisfied.
Yeah.
You know, I always feel like even with the title of Soca Monarch King, and I'm very grateful and very humble about it.
Yeah.
On the night of, I was like, what's next?
Yeah.
Like, I was like, I need to put out a next song. Like,
Right.
I need to know, like, I need a feature with this person. I need to do something again. Like I can't get complacent and comfortable. Right. And I've heard one of my family members, my uncle told me this at the time. Like, he told me, like, I can't be comfortable.
Yeah.
If I'm still buying my own groceries. I can't be comfortable if if me and you line up in the same spot, and I believe in humility, yes, but I still believe in at the end of the day, we give up on a race before it's actually started.
Right.
You know, we
I thought you said race just
no,
now.
no, we give up on a race.
Okay.
yeah, we give
I was
up
just
on
like, what?
we give up that too. We're racing coquette, but yeah, we give up on our race before it's actually started.
Yeah.
So, especially in Angola, we have that disease, man.
Oh man, you call it a disease. I've been trying to label it. I just tell people whatever it is, don't let it get on you. It's nasty, it's messed up. Don't let it get on you.
And I like, for me, I can't blame people because like it's a closed society.
Yeah.
So the comparative measure gets in. But for me, as I say, like, I'm hungry and I do a lot of research.
Yeah.
Most of my time is spent on my phone doing research. I don't doom scroll. My scrolling is research scrolling. So it's like I can't feel accomplished when the people that I look up to, we're not in the same room.
Right.
You know, the people that I glorify,
powerful.
the people that I glorify, we're not sitting down and having conversations. Why can't I have Kess number on my phone or Marshall's number on my phone?
Yeah.
I can't feel like I've done anything if that's not the case.
Right. Bro, that's major. That's major. And going back to what you said about you having the crown placed on you, which is a dope crown by the way. You know,
big up to Keyshawn who made the crown.
Yeah. Oh, shout out to Keyshawn, man.
Yeah.
I don't know who Keyshawn is.
Yeah, but shout out to Keyshawn.
Shout out to Keyshawn.
That's my classmate.
Appreciate you, bro. After having that crown placed on you, you were just like, what's next?
Definitely.
You know, and for the people that don't understand what it is to set goals and achieve goals, they may look at you and think that, man, you arrogant or you just a show off.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But it's not even you, bro. It's the thrill of achieving something. It's like it's just like an adrenaline to know that you wrote 5 things on a piece of paper that you want to accomplish for this year, you want to accomplish for this month, you want to accomplish for this week, and you got it done.
Listen,
it's just like, what's next?
Listen, I wrote on my status today on WhatsApp. I wrote and I said that the climb, what makes the view of a mountain beautiful is not how high it is.
Yeah.
It's the actual process of you getting to the top.
Right.
Knowing that you struggle to get up to the top of that mountain and then looking down to know your progress, that's what makes it beautiful.
Yeah.
I think people get lost in achieving goals and thinking that it's the achievement. The same thing, I made a post about that when I was on my fitness page as well and talked about the same thing. It's always a journey.
Yeah.
And like with this crown, I'm very proud and I'm very grateful. I'm very happy that I won. But it's not that I won, it's that the hard work paid off.
Yeah.
So it's like it's a difference when you change your perspective. It's like, okay, I worked hard, we got this. But it's not for us to stay in this position of gloating and stagnancy, because when you get in that position of celebrating, you get stagnant.
Yeah.
Somebody that's more hungry than you're gonna say, hey, okay, I'm gonna eat his food.
Exactly.
Like I see what he did,
right?
And I could do that as well, and I could do that times 10,
right?
So it's like, no, you're not gonna pass me,
right?
Like as ET said, like I'm getting up 3 in the morning, you're not gonna outwork me,
right?
And I'm sorry for saying it like that, but I am going to be the hardest working person in the room.
Yeah.
And if I'm not the hardest working person in the room, I'm gonna be one of the hardest working persons in the room.
Yeah.
Like I'm going to make sure that I'm amongst the conversation.
Right, man. That's so interesting and that's so true, because the thrill of just being able to say I did it
Definitely.
is just, it's next level.
Definitely.
To know, as you said, you climb the mountain and you stand on top, and now you're looking at everyone
Definitely.
that is at the bottom.
Definitely.
Not in pride,
Exactly.
but just the fact that you climbed and you didn't give up.
I climbed
and
it.
I did it.
You bust your hand a couple of times.
Yeah.
Your knees got
Right.
bruised, but you didn't stop.
Right.
So you look down at not even the people at the bottom, but the distance you had to travel to get to the top.
Right.
You look at all the feet that had to be climbed for you to get there. That's the amazing part about it all.
So Viggy, so tell me, man, because I feel like there's a lot of people out there, a lot of young people that are doom scrolling. So a lot of young people out there that, a lot of young men that are hooked on instant gratification. You know what I'm saying? And a lot of people out there, they want to achieve their goals. They want to do something with their lives. They want to do it major. They want to live with purpose, live with intention, and live to inspire. But the problem is that they struggle with believing, and they struggle with making those first steps. Do you have anything that you could share to these type of people from your own personal experience, to where it's just like, man, I see this goal, but fear got me. I want to do this. I started, but along the way, I was doing research because that happened to me. I was doing research for just setting up the dim house and everything else, doing research for just different things. And sometimes when you're doing research, everybody has an opinion on the topic, and it's like you get stunned because this person is saying this, and that person is saying this, and this person is saying this is the best, and that one is the best. So you get stunned, and then you just stop because you don't know, what's next. So to the people out there that are talented, they know exactly what they would like to do and where they would like to be, but they just can't start because of unbelief, fear, self-doubt, self-sabotage. Like, what do you got to say to those type of people?
One, I would say the most practical thing, believe, but you have to search for the belief in places. A lot of times you can't
search for the belief in places.
So when I say that, I mean you can't search for something. If you have a problem with something internally, which is something like belief, you can't search within to find that. Right. Sometimes you need external sources to be able to feed into that. Correct. So a lot of my headstrongness and my self-belief and my warrior's mindset, it started from hearing other people's stories. Dope. So it's like when I talk about the Eric Thomas, and I talk about Trent Shelton, and I talk about Steve Harvey, like I've researched these people's stories. You might come across something on YouTube and you may be like, hey, what this is, like, me personally, I go into rabbit holes. So it's like I would see a story on Steve Harvey, hear him talking about his journey, and I'll be like, okay, I want to find out like what really happened. Right. And when you hear about stories like people like Steve Harvey that sleep in a car, had $20 to his name, took a risk and went on a flight.
Which story was it? The Impala or something like that?
Apollo. When he had $20 to his name, he the last $20 he did a comedy show to get the last $20 to go on a flight to catch the Apollo on 12 hours.
Phenomenal story.
12 hours before his show that set him apart from everybody. It makes me think, like, how can I not feel blessed? How can I not feel like, how can I feel like I'm doing enough when these people was homeless? These people was short of them house. These people never had a job. These people actually starved for them dream. And I just probably got an overhead of $1,000 and I stressing, and then I get that money next week. Like I can't stress about that because then these people are dead broke. Right. These people was really and truly went to rock bottom to get their dream accomplished, and that's when their dream was a reality. So that for me, like hearing other people's stories, like really solidified my faith. And truthfully, something like personally, like let's see if this evening music, this is outside of music. I don't doubt God with anything in my life anymore.
That's powerful, bro.
So whatever happens to me is like, your will, your way. I know that you're going to take care of me because over time and time again, you have already done that. And it's hearing these people's stories as well. And then you go deeper into people like David Goggins, who actually pushed their body to the most ultimate limit in cars, shin splints while they run. I ain't telling nobody to go do that. But I'm just saying, like, there's people that live life limitless. These people that believe like they did that there's something to achieve in the world and push to achieve that. So for me, I would say to anybody that wants to start something, that probably don't know how to start or doesn't have the real drive to kick in, look up Steve Harvey story. Look up David Goggins. Look up Trent Shelton.
Yeah.
Look up these people. Look up Tyler Perry.
Right.
Look up the people that really and truly had a real rags to riches story.
Right.
And then you understand that, hey, not only one am I overreacting about the things that I'm happening in my life, and two, like, your life ain't that bad and you're gonna get here.
Exactly.
You just gotta be perseverant and be patient.
Yeah.
So I would say research is your best friend. And I feel like, as you say with the doom scrolling, I feel like you need to make sure that when you're having unproductive time, it's productive as well.
Right.
You know, I can always so look
Right.
at these people, watch these people's stories, like watch a lot of documentaries. Like, that's what I did.
Yeah.
Like, I really and truly went on a deep rabbit hole understanding people that came before me and did things that I couldn't even imagine to do. So then it made me understand, like, hey, my goals ain't that hard.
Yeah.
Because these people, like, they did completed their dreams
Right.
with nothing. Like, these people actually reached, like, rock bottom. Like, not even rock bottom, but under the bottom of the rock. And these people were successful. These people are some of the best people that we can see on the face of the earth right now.
Right.
So why am I doubting myself when I don't even have half of those struggles? And that's, for me, was perspective. It was seeing other people's perspective that changed mine.
Yeah. I like that, man. Look for belief in other places.
For sure.
And when you said that just now, and as you were talking, I started to think about what you just said. And for me, that's exactly what happened, because, you know, when you get around other people that are doing more than you, it kind of forces you to level up.
For sure.
You know, and I did network marketing for a season, for a period of my life, and I was blessed to be connected to, like, millionaires. And I've been blessed to be connected to people that were like me, that became millionaires.
Definitely.
You know what I'm saying? So I'm seeing these stories. I'm seeing people's journey. And I had the privilege of traveling and being in rooms around people and being at tables, hearing people talk and their discussions and stuff like that. All these different experiences helped me to believe in myself.
Definitely.
Like, if they could do it, why can't I do it?
Sure.
You know what I'm saying? Like, if they could achieve this, why can't I achieve this?
Yep.
You know what I saw this week, bro? I think it was yesterday. Yesterday, Inland Revenue was packed. And I go upstairs, immigration is packed, right? You got different cultures there at immigration. And there's this Caucasian father who's sitting down on the floor with his back against the wall, and he's reading a book to his two kids. He's in line. He's waiting in line. I guess the wife was in the line or whatever. But it's, to me, I was just like, this is one of the reasons why we are losing this game.
For sure.
This is because this father, first of all, he understands his responsibility to be intentional about teaching his sons, his kids, certain things.
For sure.
You know, you're locked in, man. You listen to podcasts, you listen to documentaries and all that type of stuff. It is said that, you know, American families, they understand when the Bible says a wise man lives an inheritance not only for his children but his children's children. So when a Caucasian male is ready to go out in the world, he already has a head start. For sure. $10,000, $150,000, you know, $500.
Grandfather's
Yeah,
business.
you know what I'm saying? Like, he has business and all that type of stuff. And we look at that as you know, Afro-Caribbean, African-American people, and we say, oh, that's just Caucasian people. That's how they are.
Entitled. They
entitled, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But we don't think to ourselves, man, if they could do it, why can't we do it?
Yep.
If E.T., bro, who is a big inspiration, was he not able to read and write or something like that?
Yeah.
Or
he was diagnosed to be illiterate. He was diagnosed actually. So he went in classrooms. He was going, and it was this one specific teacher that told him, like, no, you're not dumb. You I'm gonna make sure that you learn. Yeah. And that's when he started to apply himself.
Yeah. So if E.T., bro, could sell out stadiums and be on stages and all that type of stuff, Les Brown, these guys are African Americans. These guys are dark skinned, just like what? And you're a public speaker here in Anguilla.
For sure.
Why do you think that your platform is only for Anguilla?
Why haven't you recorded a video yet?
Why haven't you got behind the camera?
Why are YouTube being started yet?
That's what I'm saying.
You know, but every time you get in a space, that's what you're doing.
Yeah.
You know, I can wait.
Yeah.
So it's like, I don't know, like I feel like that belief system, like I feel, and to be honest, I'm guilty because like I would say I kind of walked into my belief system in the last 2 years, like that undoubted, like unwavering kind of belief, like no matter what happened, I will be successful.
Yeah.
That only happened for me like a couple years ago.
Right.
To be honest.
What triggered it?
It had one point where I feel
You wake up, you just snapped?
no, I did enough research. I was tired watching somebody else's story. I had started looking in the mirror and actually tell myself the same things they were telling me.
Yeah.
So it's okay to get the inspiration from outside to start the engine. But it had one day that I had to tell myself like, yo, you are what these people are saying you are. And I had to actually look like for those who don't know, I look in the mirror and I say affirmation to myself every morning.
Yeah.
You know, I can be like, it might seem weird and I say those things verbally. Right. You know, because at the end of the day, I feel like everything that you want to achieve starts with the confidence of your mind, the confidence of yourself.
Powerful.
You know, like I feel like if you don't watch yourself and tell yourself like, you don't watch yourself and tell yourself like, yo, I'm great. I can achieve this. I will be the Soca Monarch King. I will be successful in music. If you can't tell yourself this, no manager, no producer, no engineer, no label could ever tell you that. Right. I feel like you got to watch yourself in the mirror and tell yourself in those times of hard struggle that, yo, I am amazing. Even though I'm not physically there, my spirit done there already. My body just waiting to catch up. Yeah. So I'm already living in the lifestyle that I want to live. I just waiting on my body to catch up. Right. And that's what manifestations are about. Like,
I was just about to touch on that because you mentioned it earlier where you said you titled your WhatsApp group
Viggy Soca Monarch
right. There's something spiritual. There's something amazing about positive, visualization. Definitely. And definitely it's the law of attraction. Definitely. And we have yet to understand that the Almighty God has set up laws since even before the foundation of the world. For sure. That are still consistent. Everything that Abba Father, the Almighty, has set up with the laws and principles that he put in place, it runs the exact same way. Definitely. We don't have to go down to Crocus Bay and tell the water to drop back and then come up on shore. We don't have to tell the sun to go down and rise. Definitely. Every single thing, bro, that the Almighty set up to function, it functions the same way to this day. Definitely. His laws and principles are his constant. Definitely. Only human beings be acting up, bro. Definitely. Only human beings be acting up. Definitely. And the law of attraction is so powerful because whatever you think about most, that's what you're going to attract. Definitely. Because people don't understand the power of your spirit, your subconscious mind, which is your spiritual mind. Definitely. It is your spiritual mind, bro. So if you're going around here thinking that you're fearful of this and that happening, you're panicking, it's going to come to you because your spiritual mind is the mind that causes things to happen. For sure. And I've cracked the code, bro, because for a long time I've been asking myself, why is it that when we pray in church, why is it that when they go to pray for somebody sometimes there's no response. Definitely. There's no result. Mm-hmm. And then for me, it's like I cracked the code, and the code is because people don't believe. They don't have that subconscious mind working for them. Definitely. Because that prayer has to go through doubt, fear, anxiety, and all the other lies that the enemy and people are telling themselves, bro. So when we pray, the person that's praying, first of all, they have to believe. It's already done. They got to tap in. Like everything, the laws and principles exist. You just got to tap in. Yep. You ain't seeing the fruit of your labor, and you're not seeing the things that you want to see because you're not tuned into the frequency. Definitely.
It's already done.
Yeah, it's already there. It's already done. You just gotta tune into the frequency. And when you start to tune into the frequency, then you'll start to see stuff happening to you. How you expect good to come to you in your bad mind?
If you don't believe it. Yep.
You bad mind, how
You have to believe it.
you always thinking that how to con somebody or this and that negative thing is gonna happen to you.
Yep, you're
It's
praying.
not gonna
So
work.
you're praying for something, but at the end of the day, you're still fearful about the same thing you're praying for.
Exactly.
You know, you're praying that, hey, I want to get a house, but NCBA just launched that they got mortgages, 100% financing mortgages, but you're scared to go and take one.
Right.
You know, that kind of way. So
Right.
how you want a house? You really want a house?
Right.
Or you want to win the lottery?
Yeah.
You know, that kind of way. Like that's a deal. Like show me your faith.
Yep.
Show me your faith. That's a deal.
Exactly. And people are not stepping into purpose. They're not stepping into the life that they would like to live because of their thought patterns and their thought process.
Definitely. That's
They're
simple as that.
constantly thinking negative.
It can't.
It can't happen. I can't do
not.
this.
Yep.
I'm afraid to do it. What if this happens? You know, it goes back to belief. It all comes down to belief.
For sure.
So, man, we kind of got off music. We kind of got off music a little bit. Lastly, bro, I mean, I think we've inspired a lot of people already with this podcast, with this episode, which I'm thoroughly enjoying.
For sure.
How can we inspire people? Like, what in what mode, what mindset? You know, what can leaders do? Not just leaders in church, not just government leaders, but leaders in the community, and just people on an everyday basis. You know, people just living their lives. How can they intentionally live their life to inspire people? For example, for me, I try my best to encourage people, you know, every single day, do something nice every single day, you know, for people. I try to create platforms like this because there's so much negative energy. There's so much negative stuff in the world. Whenever someone wants a positive word, hey, can you come and speak to the boys at the school, whatever, I try to show up
Definitely.
and be that light, which I think that that is very intentional and purposeful when it comes to pursuing purpose, just being that light.
For sure.
You know, people are not seeing you because you're not shining.
For sure.
You know what I'm saying?
For sure.
So how can we inspire more people?
What I would say is it's simple. Like, stop hiding.
Yeah.
Like, I feel like there's a lot of people in the community, and I feel like it starts with us. And big shout out to you, bro, for doing this podcast or creating this platform, because it starts with us really and truly shining a light on things, on the things that other people want to do.
Yeah.
Because I feel like there's people that wants to go out and talk about these kind of things, but they don't want to be the first one to be judged.
Right.
We live in a small society where everybody's worrying about what the other person is saying.
Yeah.
So I know what's on my heart, and I want to be a person that creates difference, chooses different, but I can just follow the crowd because that's what the crowd do.
Yeah.
You know, so I don't really want to go out on the weekends, and I want to stay home and work on my goals. But at the end of the day, everybody going out, so I might as well go out, because if I stay at home, who I'm going to be at home with?
Yeah.
So I feel it starts with us, and then it's gonna create, as I say, Angola disease, but hopefully this will be the new, hopefully this will be the new disease that no people will understand that it's okay to live with intention,
right?
To live in purpose, to be a meaningful person, to be a purposeful person. Because I feel there's a lot of people in the shadows that wants to be that person that you know, speaks towards things that might be impactful to people's lives.
Yeah,
I feel, bottom line, just stop hiding.
Yeah.
I would tell people to just
stop hiding.
Yeah, stop hiding.
Get out your cave, man.
Yeah, stop hiding. Just be
your Patrick self under that rock.
Just be authentically you. And really and truly touch one soul.
Yeah,
touch one soul. Like you don't have to change masses. You, like, at the end of the day, like, I think Tupac said something about this. Like, at the end of the day, like yeah, change, it really starts with one person. Like, we gotta come together and change communities first before we try to change the world. You know, some people say, you know, at the end of the day, who am I to change the world? You don't have to change the world.
Right.
Change yourself first, and then that can change your children, and then we are going to be a better place in the next 10 years.
100%. I got one more question for you, bro, before we bring this episode to an end. I love the fact that you were mentioning God, you know, during the entire episode, because I feel like the church doesn't understand that even though someone may be on stage, even though someone may be the winner of the Soca Monarch, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
They sinner, you know, sinner, gone to the dogs, you know what I'm saying? But I'm privileged, and I thank God that I've met people that do not look like me, don't sound like me, don't really believe the same things as me in terms of like the values that I was brought up with,
For sure.
you know, in my household and stuff. But based on their experience and based on their journey in life and based on their own relationship with God and their own experience with Jesus, you could tell that they know him.
For sure.
So my last question would be, man, as we bring curtains down on this episode, you know, what does Viggy's relationship with God look like?
I feel, as you say, like you said about like people's experience bringing them closer to God, like what ringed in my head when you said that, I feel life would either draw you further away from God, or closer to him. Right? And I feel like life would forever be constant tests.
Right.
And I feel like my life have forever been constant tests. And I feel like I've always choose positive, I've always choose faith. And I feel like I didn't have a choice but to get licks. It's just, I had a choice but to get licks. Because I feel like I'm a chosen one. I had a choice but to be fought.
Right.
But it was either I look at myself as a victim, and I draw closer to God. So I feel like my relationship with God was something that wasn't even my choice. If I wanted to be sane, I needed to have a relationship with God.
Wow.
And I feel like that's what keeps me. That's what drives me. Like that's what makes me feel like life is worth living.
Yeah.
You know, because I don't think that anybody could walk in these 4 walls now and say that life is easy.
Right.
Life is hard for everybody, but it's your perspective on life that chooses how you see life.
Correct.
And I feel like it's only God that makes me be optimistic, that makes me walk out and actually want to wake up. Because, as I say, like, you're gonna get tested, and how you respond to those tests can either draw you farther away from God, from the source, or it's gonna push you. It's gonna bring you closer.
Yeah.
And I feel right now at a stage of my life, I don't have a choice. So I feel that my faith it's the only thing that carries me.
That's dope.
My faith and my belief is the only thing that carries me. Like,
that's dope.
I have no other choice. It's not a decision. No, it's something that is forced.
Yeah.
You know, it's something that's forced in a good way. When I say forced, I don't mean like at the end of the day, my parents telling me to go to church or something like that, but I feel like I have no choice but to believe.
Yeah.
I have no choice but to believe.
That's dope. That's major, man. That's it, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you so much for tuning in to episode 2 of the Doing It Major podcast, where we had the man himself, Soca Monarch King 2024 Carnival 50th, the reigning king, Viggy. Appreciate you, man.
Appreciate it, man. I'm done now.
Like, comment, and subscribe if you like this episode. And don't forget to turn your notifications on. Bless. Hey, do it major.
Ambition feeling so atomic. You about to hear me fire.